Dog owner who used a pet sitting service says he found shirtless men and lube in his living room. Good evening, folks. It's September 12th, 2018. I'm John Lasota, and you are in the garage. With me tonight, Thaddeus Smith. Say hello, Thaddeus.
Yo, yo. So, like back in the day, it was simple, right? You just got the dog a couple of chew toys, maybe something that squeaked, Now you got to get fucking lube and dudes to fucking for your babysitters and your dog sitters and shit.
Well,
get out of control.
It wasn't so bad, we do enough on this show about, molestation of animals that, you think that's the avenue that it would go down. But luckily,
fear,
so
right?
Yeah, that's always, it's always a fear. What's a show without some animal action, right? So this dude walks in. He hires the dog sitter. He walks in. It's in Colorado. And he walks into his house at 1 o'clock in the morning. These dudes just sitting there and on the couch with lube. And he's like, what the fuck? Where's my dog? Because the dog was nowhere to find. But the dog was locked in his bedroom sitting in a puddle of his own piss. So at least there's that.
He was sitting in his own piss. So, right there, you're like, oh, man, they didn't take care of the dog. But his butthole was safe. And when the story starts, you're not so sure about that. So
right. It makes it, it's sometimes you have happy endings. Sometimes they do.
All over your couch.
All over your couch. Yeah, they did find bodily fluid.
Oh.
But there was also a video camera in the house. So yeah, there was
Was it hidden in like the teddy bear on the mantle?
I don't know. I think I should get one of those.
And like the spy cam things? I've always wanted to.
Right.
I don't know when I'd ever use it.
And the teddy bear one, it's so cliche, but yet people would fall for it every time because they're not going to think, the biggest cliche there, the fucking teddy bear spy cam. Nobody's going to think you're actually going to do it. And you did.
Yeah. Get him a little balloon that says, I love you.
So, this guy's like, he's like, what are these fucking half-naked dudes up to with a video camera? Fucking my couch is covered in bodily fluids. So, but he didn't actually hire either of those dudes.
What?
The woman that he hired to watch the dog was taking a shower while the two of them were sitting there lubed up to the couch within the body fluids with a video camera and lube.
So, dog sitting gone wrong?
I wonder if the video's on Pornhub yet.
Ooh. Yeah. Can we search? Do we get her to give their names?
Like, what would you do if you walked in? Like, you paid somebody to walk your dog. You walked in and they're shooting a gangbang on your fucking couch.
Yeah. I'd be most pissed that it's like you got your shit all over my couch. Like, where the fuck am I going to sit now?
Right? Like, what if you had a picture of your wife and kids in the fucking wall in the fucking living room wall in the background while they're fucking doing this? This chick's taking double team, and there's a fucking picture of your wife in frame.
Yeah. Kid little missing the two front teeth. Fucking
horrible.
Picture just looks like it's watching ass getting banged everywhere.
The woman to Reddit though, the dog sitter. She said, "Nah, that shit wasn't going on.
No,
there's nothing going on. There's a perfectly reasonable explanation why there's lube there.
Obviously,
she got her car keys stuck in the door, and she had to get them out. So she had to use a lube.
Of course,
you can't expect her to get all of her stuff back into the car, before she gets home.
No, because the two guys came over to help her get the key out with the lube.
You know what I'm disappointed about with this story, though? There's no pictures of the people.
Yeah, what the fuck's up with that?
Right? I kind of now. I mean,
mug shots or something at least.
I want to see what they look like. Because like this dude walks in and she's hot. He ain't gonna complain. He's walking in. He's by himself. He's like, him and his dog. He didn't go in looking for his wife. Hey, where's my wife? No, just him and his dog.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm going to have to confiscate that video.
Exactly. I need it for evidence.
Yes, exactly.
All right, we'll leave a recording.
If you ever do this again, though.
But if she's a skank and these dudes are like fucking bums from the street, it's going to change that situation a lot.
Oh, everybody's sitting down until the fucking cops come. At that point.
Well, I don't think that's the problem. It's keeping their pants on is the issue.
True, I guess.
Horrible.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go in the other room and check on the dog. Don't go fucking anything. Jesus.
Speaking of fucking things, North America is about to get a 24-hour sex doll brothel.
A sex doll brothel.
Yeah, a sex doll brothel, the first in North America.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll have to go to Canada though.
Oh, all the good stuff's in Canada, right?
Right. It's called Aura Dolls, and they've had their grand opening already.
Okay.
It's in a busy shopping center in Canada, in Toronto, I think it was.
Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, somewhere in Toronto, in a busy shopping mall, there is a sex doll brothel.
You know, I went to a busy mall in Toronto. I wonder if it's the same one.
Was it
kind of like
You remember? Wow, that was fun.
Uh-oh, what happened?
We had another interesting one. All I know is that you went. It's kind of like and you just fucking froze there for like that whole speech. Whatever you said, I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, all right. What I was saying was, you remember like Queen Center Mall?
Yeah,
it was kind of like almost like a circular and then tall.
Right.
That, but like 10 times bigger, I guess.
It was a giant circle mall.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, it was more of a square, I guess, really. But
circle takes a square.
Exactly. But it was same kind of thing. Like it was like the middle was all open, so like you could stand over a thing and like look like four flights down and stuff.
Spit on people when they come up the escalators.
Dreams.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Oh, Jesus Christ! What the fuck was that?
Did you hear that? No.
Oh, it's just on my computer then. Heads up, we're gonna make Windows better by updating soon. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, that sucks. You gotta fucking you gotta cut out.
No, I'm gonna stop that shit.
So did you get the economy package or the deluxe package when you went to the sex doll brothel?
Yeah, right. Shit, I wish it was there. I would have checked it out. To be honest,
it costs anywhere between $80 and $480 per session.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you just want a quick mouth fuck.
Like right. What's the $80 package and what's the $480 package? Like for $480, it's ass to mouth. You got to put it in her ass and then put it in her mouth. Yeah, that's for the sex doll brothel.
She doesn't care.
Yeah, that's like what is that? It's a little weird. Price packaging. Do you get like for $480? Do you like $3?
Does someone like for that price? Someone's in the doll flipping it for you,
right? I'm wondering what's going on. Right? Do they have somebody in there like tickling your taint?
Yeah, right. There's like an assistant.
Right.
All right. I want to fuck your doggy now. Okay.
Is the assistant a sex doll or is it just some other girl who works there? You got to think if they have to know the delicacies of the taint area, it's probably not a sex doll.
No. And also too, like, well, maybe that's the one with emotions. Maybe the
right.
Maybe
Remember
the $80 is just it's not even like the full sex doll. It's just like the head, and it's
all she does is bitch at you.
And you just fuck the face.
Wow, that's horrible. Like the glory hole. Yeah,
kinda.
How do they do that? How do they make it feel like it's real, like it's a mouth? It's supposed to be moisturized in there.
I would think, right?
So you're gonna go in there and it's a moisturized thing, and then the next guy's gonna go and it's still moisturized.
Well, it just keeps getting more moisturized.
Yeah, eventually it's like fucking throwing a hot dog in a hallway.
I'm sorry. What is your cleansing process?
Well, that's the thing. That's the city councilman is not happy. Toronto City Councilor is not happy. He's unimpressed that the dolls are thoroughly sanitized to meet your expectations.
So he has no problem that they want to open a sex doll brothel.
No, well, he doesn't think
cleanliness.
he doesn't think it's enough that they've sanitized that. He's not really sure it's appropriate to have a sex doll brothel in the middle of a mall.
I mean, what if they like dip them in boiling water, right? That kills everything, right?
See, it's a little bit weird though, right? Like, you go into a massage parlor, right?
Mm.
And you walk in, and there's the front, and they have the fucking, the lobby. You go and you pay the receptionist and everything, and then they have that door. And they open the door and they bring back there, and back there behind the door, there's a bunch of fucking rooms, and they come in and they rub you and you leave, right?
Mm.
How would this be much different? So you walk in, and there's the fucking lobby, and you walk into the back, and they have all the product. You walk in the front, you flip through the book. Yeah, I want that one right there. And they go and load her up in the room, and they fucking bring you back there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody even knows what it is.
It's true.
Like, in that case, right? What's the legality of that? Because it's like, yeah, it's a lewd act, I guess, in public. I guess that's where they get you. We've had enough lewd acts on the show. Because it's not a person. It can't be prostitution if it's not a person.
Right? I can't imagine.
Right? It's more like a peep show.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like the fucking the guy mopping up after the peep show.
Yeah, it's more like that. Oh man, there's a guy who has to clean out the containers.
Yeah,
like however that's in for it to not slide out, you have to have some kind of a weird mechanism. That guy's gonna go in there all fucking fingers banging.
Yeah,
he's gonna scrub.
If you're the dude, right? You're picking the thing up. You got to throw it over your shoulder, I imagine, or something. Or they got some kind of like hand truck.
A hand truck.
To move it. As you're moving it around, just all the shit that's inside it spills out on you or something.
Oh,
God damn it.
God damn. That's disgusting, man.
That's
really.
like if you plunge in the toilet and fucking it splashes on you or something.
Oh, with the turd still in it.
Oh, yeah. No, when you're trying to get a fucking clog. So...
Like and that's another thing. So maybe that's what it is. Like the fucking $480 package, right? It shits in your mouth.
Oh, wow!
Oh,
it's like the Play-Doh Fun Factory.
Right. Only what comes out when it's squeezed is all the dudes that jizzed down her throat from the $150 package that just a blowjob.
I mean, maybe that's a bonus for some guys.
Yeah. I guess the hand job is $80. I'm really curious about the pricing for a sex doll, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Would you want a sex doll robot to give you a hand job?
Yeah, the whole thing of having the sex with I like, honestly, I do get it, because people are fucking these things when they're inanimate. Why wouldn't you want it to like caress you and stuff? I don't know, man. This is just something like I fear with that kind of stuff, because basically, let's be honest, it's a fucking Terminator inside of a chick.
It's a
chick.
It's like fucking Austin Powers. It's a sex bot. What the fuck do they call those? I think a fembot. It's a fembot for Austin Powers. Yeah, it's gonna have guns in its nipples. It's gonna blow you away.
Yeah, I worry less about the gun in the nipples as I do with the grip in the hand.
Or worse, man. What about the knives in the fucking vagina?
Oh,
just you're a pervert.
Oh, you didn't pay?
Horrible.
Jesus. So for a real moment, going back to the plunging.
That's how they end up in the fucking. That's how you get 3,000 cocks in a jar, though.
Okay, yeah. See,
sex doll brothels with the fucking. It's like H.H. Holmes fucking. It's like Death House, only it's the fucking cock.
Now we know how the dude did it.
Now we know how he did it. He had a fucking sex doll brothel, and they were fucking clenched.
Mini guillotines in there.
Yeah. That's fucking horrible.
Like the fucking the cigar cutter.
That's exactly right. Only it's in their vag.
Exactly.
Yep.
So going back to the plunge in the shit story just for a second. It actually fucking happened to me one time. So I'm plunging this fucking toy, and of course it's at work.
And
it's not even like
shit split. Oh,
it's
somebody else. It's foreign shit.
Yeah, it's foreign. It's not even your own.
Oh God, dude, that's horrible.
Plunge, and boop.
Oh,
on my
on
fucking
your eye.
cheek.
Oh,
and at that moment,
at least
I had to decide, like, do I freak out, stop, and like go wash my face, Or do I go, well, maybe it'll happen again, so let me just finish and I'll just wash once. Fucking. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that because Facebook's gonna think that I'm
jerking somebody off in there. Yeah, it's true.
Exactly. Now I'm a fucking fembot for Facebook.
Yeah, but you did have fucking shit on your face for like 3 hours while you're plunging that toilet, and you got into plunging that toilet a little too much.
It didn't take me 3 hours, but yeah, I did finish plunging the toilet before I washed my face. But then I washed the fuck out of my face.
You know where it's a perfect crime. The guy with the sex brothel cock chop house. And that right there is probably officially gonna be the name of this fucking video. This sex brothel cock chop house.
I'm sure Facebook's gonna have a fucking field day with that shit.
Yeah,
you're selling sex and you're chopping dicks and you what? No, just listen to the episode, dude. We're not selling sex toys.
It's the perfect crime, though. It is, because no one is going to tell anyone. They're not going to call the cops.
Yeah, what happened? Well, I went to a sex doll brothel
and I got my cock chopped off. I have no dick. I'm dickless because I went to a sex doll brothel.
Her vag ate my dick.
Right. Who's like, okay? You vag ate her dick. Okay, guy. Sounds like you went a little too hard in a sex doll, and
this is some crazy sci-fi film. Like nobody believes the guy. Like, yeah, I took my dick.
Like, and even if you said it was the guy that fucking put the choppers in there, right? He could just blame it on the factory.
Oh yeah, short circuit, dude. Sorry.
Like this. Blame the factory, man. Sue them. That's nothing to do with me. I'm just a fucking retail agent here.
If you read page 14, it says we do not cover mishaps of penises being lopped off by vaginas.
It's true. I mean, officer, how could you even account for something like this? Honestly,
I don't even think. I mean, have you seen the guy's dick? I mean, I don't even know. Did it really happen?
Did he even have a dick when he came in here, or is he just playing that sex doll?
I don't fucking check everybody's dick before they walk in here. He could have come in here without a dick.
I assume he has one. If he doesn't, and that's her thing, hey. Who am I to say?
Maybe he is a she and he wanted she bot for his she maleness.
I actually, to be honest though, I get the sex doll thing. If you're a Momo and you can't get laid, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. It's better than banging some sloppy pig on the corner that you're getting fucking AIDS and then passing that shit around to other sloppy pigs that you're paying.
I agree but disagree, right? Because I feel like if you want to go, because they have those
no, but I'm saying your own personal sex doll, not going to the brothel. I think that's I don't know if that's better or worse than nailing a pig in the corner. It's a good question.
Those things are fucking expensive. So
right, so
$80 a couple of times a month at the fucking mall.
The proprietor is going to take care of those machines because they can't afford to have those wear and break down. Whereas the machine on the corner, she ain't going to take care of herself. That's actually why she's there. You know, that's a part of her condition.
Yeah. So now I guess if you're going the full on, let's just call it a fucking Android, right? This is what we're fucking dealing with. If you're getting one that like moves and has like the facial expressions and does the fucking whatever, we're talking about tons of money, right? I guess.
Yeah, it's gotta be fucking expensive as shit.
Even taking that out of there, but now you're trying to replace like the human factor, the human emotion and stuff like that. If you're actually getting
that's weird to me,
doll and stuff like
you're weird to me.
You're trying to still pretend to have a relationship with a person as opposed to just go, because you can easily just go out and they have just like they have those the dildos and whatever, they have the vages, right? The porn stars molds and it's like it's literally like their vag and whatever they put inside to make it feel.
I'm sure you can get that. Kind of I'm sure you can get that put inside of a sex doll. Like you could pick, let me get this porn star.
Oh yes. Supposedly that was when this whole sex doll craze, and I'm just talking about like the 500-pound silicone ones that don't do anything. But
why would you get a 500-pound sex doll? I'm sure you can get a 500-pound. If you found a 500-pound woman, I'm sure you wouldn't have a problem getting her.
Yeah, but this one looks like she's 130 pounds. She just actually weighs 500.
Oh, I say, okay. Now that makes sense. Now I get it.
Yeah. No, but yeah, because these things are fucking heavy. Like, you ever watch, like, because when it was first coming out, I was fucking fascinated by this shit. And
wow,
it's like,
you've thought about a lot about this. I only read it from the crazy articles. You've like done research.
No, I've seen the videos on like how they make them and all. It's like what HBO had some kind of fucking back in the day, whether it was Real Sex or something. One of those fucking shows.
Now I know what you're up to when you miss shows.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's me.
Yep, I know.
Hey guys, I want to do a show tonight. Wait, Real Sex might be on HBO again.
I'm not going to be here for the show this week, guys. I'm going to Canada. Really? What are you doing up there?
Just nothing. Just Torontoing. Taking in the view. But yeah, but like I could even see spending like if right, if you're a lonely dude and whatever, and it's videos and jerking off all the time, right? Spend a couple $100 or whatever the fuck they cost and get one of those like nice vages or something. Get yourself some fucking premium lube. Like, go the whole fucking 9 yards, right?
Go big or go home, buddy.
Exactly. But when you start getting a fucking like a full-on, full-sized person doll with working parts and shit like that, and then to take it a step further and you want one with like facial features and changing and emotions and it, like you're legitimately trying to replace a human being with an android type.
I don't really have a problem with that. You know why? Because I've spoken to a lot of human beings, and I'm not that impressed.
I have had conversations with multiple human beings.
I like especially if you're at the bottom of the barrel, right? If you are, because there are levels, let's be honest, there are levels.
Sure.
If you're at the bottom of the barrel, right? This is actually a good segue into this a little bit. I'm going to see Jordan Peterson tomorrow. I'm a big fan, and he talks about psychology all the time. And he talks about this, like historically, how fucking most dudes were losers. Most guys were not going to have children because you couldn't afford to. Because no woman was going to have your kids if you couldn't afford to make a living, and it was hard to fucking do that. If you did have kids, you went out and you were a cowboy for fucking 8 months and nobody saw you, and maybe you didn't come back. It was fucking, that's kind of how it was, So, like, if you're that guy in today's society that's on the bottom, that is not going to get a woman because you are not able to produce. You're not even able to do the bare minimum. You're just a momo.
Yeah.
I can understand it. It makes sense to me because that, and even if you found somebody, she's going to treat you like shit. Like, I got a buddy, and he is not exactly of the best form.
That is a nice way to put it. Right? That is beautiful.
And I try to be nice. I try to be polite here. And he had this lady friend who was disgusting. And that'll have the Rosie O'Donnell's address. And then so
like the chick that walked in front of the car with you and your uncle?
Yeah, like exactly like that. Right. No, she wasn't well, I don't know. I can't imagine anybody being that ugly. I can't imagine anyone else being that ugly. So no. But this chick treated my friend like garbage, spent his money, and was banging other dudes on the side. Now, if you're, the guy who is that guy, who's somebody who's like just is doing that to you, doing you dirty like that.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you get yourself a hot sex bot? I mean, it's going to cost you the same amount of money, but less aggravation.
Yeah.
And I definitely get the program to be fun. Program her to talk dirty to me. Program her to tell me how much of a stud I am.
Oh, Johnny, put your big cock in me. Oh yes.
This is a good one. Program her, right, to do two things. While I'm sleeping, to whisper in positive reaffirmations into my brain, so that I boost. So I fucking She's a psychologist, so I feel good about myself in the morning when I wake up.
Okay.
And act as an alarm clock. So when I need to get up, hey, baby, I gotta get up. It's fucking 7:02. Okay. And at 7:02, she fucking, that's the one time of the day that she fucking harasses you.
Oh, see, I'd fucking program that shit to fucking wake me up at 6:58 and give me a blowjob.
But you could do that.
That's my alarm clock.
But you could do that.
All right, now I'm getting on board.
Go.
Now I'm getting on board with this.
See, that's what I'm saying. You can wake yourself up however you want.
Blowjob alarm clock. That is nice. I like that.
Right.
All right. I'm coming around to this. All right.
Whispering sweet nothings into your ear all night, so you feel good about yourself when you wake up.
Right? Because this will build your confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you go out and you make something of yourself, all because of your Sally the sex bot.
Now, when you're doing that, though, see where you lose me though, is that one that we did a while back. This is early, maybe even a year ago, where they have emotions and they get jealous and you can't talk bad to them or they won't perform for you and they're acting like a real woman. Because now, see, that's what I don't understand why you would go and get a fake woman to treat you like shit like a real woman would. Unless you're into getting treated like shit. But then you can find plenty of real women that'll do that to you.
Yes.
Like if you're in for the abuse, you could, I mean, there's people, if you could say, hey, here's some money, abuse me. People will line up around the block.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Right?
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It really is and it's crazy, honestly. Right? Think about when we were fucking kids and Nintendo blew our mind. Now fucking we're legitimately almost at fucking Skynet.
I wonder how many well, I mean legitimately we're probably not far off from fucking Blade Runner. And that's if there's not that already. How would you know?
True.
Say fucking they had this shit 20 years ago or 30 years ago, and now it's perfected to the point where they're walking around and you don't even know it. Like they live, only they're not aliens, they're robots.
And like some of these ones that they're putting out now for mass consumption are dumbed down. So you say, it couldn't be real because look at these things. You can tell this isn't real.
What's all with all these stupid people? Everybody seems stupider nowadays. What's going on?
Yeah.
They're being mass produced in a fucking factory somewhere and pumped out into the universities. You have sex bots that are taking high places in the corporate world, and they're really just dumb robots.
So now, actually, I have a legitimate question. What about all the union prostitutes? Like these sex bots are now taking their jobs.
Are there union prostitutes? You know, because this is something like I believe in. Not to get political, but I don't believe in banning anything. Anytime every time in the history of the world that you banned anything, a violent criminal organization rises up to meet the need, right? And because people want to want. Now, specifically, the prostitution, you know, I think that you should have legalized prostitution and they should be unionized, and the workers should be unionized. And then you tax that and use that tax as part of like healthcare. Yeah, and it's the same kind of thing like when we talk about like weed and shit like that. Like if now obviously I'm not saying we should fucking heroin should be over fucking the counter, but like I don't know, some of these things it just seems like it's happening anyway, right? If you get to the point where you can make the money on it, right? Legalize it, make the money on it, and at the same time, not only are you making money on it, but now you can actually police it, I guess, to some degree, like quality and quantity. You can regulate it so that
regulate. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
And I watch a lot of Gangland, right? And I watch it, for research, and I think we were talking about this recently. So weird. That's why I like to go look back at the manuscripts. Anyway, Gangs, all gangs, every single episode of Gangland, every single gang that they talk about. It doesn't matter if it's a biker gang or a Mexican gang or a black gang. It doesn't matter what gang it is, right? They all make their money, and in the mafia too. The mafia is the same thing. Well, they make their money, the drug trade, sex trade, and weapons trades.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they make their money, and then they need a money launderer. You know, so when they get into money, when they need the money laundering, that they get into things like with cash businesses, like strip clubs with CD people, you know, like fucking hair cutters, cash businesses that way, like car washes, you know, things like that. But things you pay cash for.
Sure.
Right. So, and they launder money through those businesses, and that's how they do. But if you take away the sex trade and you take away the drug trade, the only thing left they have are weapons, and like. It's funny because I was thinking about this. It is the cities that have the toughest stances on firearms have the most firearm crime. Because, you know, like places like Vegas, places that have stand your ground laws, for instance, you don't know when somebody you're yelling at is loaded. You know, they might have something on them.
Yeah.
So you can yell at a lot less people because you can get violent with a lot less people because you can get shot by anyone, by an old lady.
It's yeah, exactly.
At that point, the only people that are buying guns from somebody illegally, because everybody can get one legally, are people that are planning to use it in a crime. But they still can't even really do that freely because the person they're committing the crime on probably is loaded legally. And there's a standing ground law that allows him to blast you for fucking with him.
Yeah.
So, like, if, you know, again, to get off the political thing, though, but if you legalized, you know, you had good restricted but good sensible gun law, weapons laws, you had legalized the sex trade and you legalized the drug trade. Tax the fuck out of it, right? But it's legal and it's safe, as safe as it could be. You make money off that, you put it into healthcare. Then all the money you're saving from not going after drug cartels and drug users and all of that, and the police forces, you could use for other shit.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. All the people that you arrested for all that stuff, you know, that are in the jail because they smoked a joint, they're working.
Yep.
Taking care of their family.
Yeah.
You know, and you're destroying the gangs. All the gangs that they bring up the power of the gang. They have no money. They can't operate. You can't operate without money. The drug cartels, where are they going to get their money from? Go somewhere else where it's illegal because you can't sell it here because we can get it legally.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's still going to be some and whatever, but yeah, the amount would be drastically less.
Right. It would be drastically less to the point where they would start being less and less and less.
Yeah,
and look, at the end of the day, if somebody's determined to OD, they're going to do it no matter what you do. So let them do it with the safest thing possible and try to get them medical attention when they need it.
Yeah, you can overdose on fucking binging over the counter stuff too. So, you know.
Speaking of overdosing, a drunk woman allegedly giving lap dances on an airplane sparked a brawl on the plane. And this is on a flight to Spain from England. And her friends were at the back of the plane, and she was in the front of it, and she was giving lap dances. And apparently, she, you know, threw her fucking tits out and was, you know, bouncing those bad boys around. So she's hanging out with a bunch of dudes in the front of the plane giving lap dances, and they kept feeding her drinks so she'd get hammered and fucking doing it more. She's doing cartwheels down the aisles.
Why not?
Yeah.
Topless cartwheels are one of the most magical things ever.
Right. That's like now the thing is they didn't say that the cartwheels were topless, but automatically like if you're doing
that's where my
cartwheels on a plane, why wouldn't you be topless?
True.
In fact, every 80s movie I've ever seen with it involving a plane had a topless woman doing cartwheels. That's like illusion. Why would you even bring up her doing cartwheels on the aisles unless she was topless?
Good point.
Yeah, unlike most of the things though, they didn't stop the flight. So she was giving lap dances, and her friends from the back came up, and they started fucking beating the shit out of each other. But they made it to Spain.
Well, you know, you gotta. You gonna throw them out of the plane?
Well, so Dave, a lot of times they'd land them halfway there, but I don't know.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't know how far these places are. Europe is not big, so like it's essentially like here in the States. If you try to fly from from New York to Buffalo, you have to take a small fucking plane because a big plane, by the time the engines basically get fired up, you're landing already.
Yeah.
So like Europe, there's a lot of that back and forth. So for all we know, it just didn't make sense for them to stop in between. They did get arrested, but I don't see why. It's perfectly understandable what happened.
I really don't see what the problem is. Free lap dances? Why not?
I don't know. See, that's not as bad as this though. There was another woman that claims an airline gave her $75 in hush money because there's a dude jerking off next to her.
Yeah.
Shh. Here's $75. Shh. Let it go.
But I also too. It's funny when like we have these two stories and we're like, fuck, this is just magic. These need to go together. Whether that we found them or they happened together or in close proximity or whatever. But look at the difference. Now, granted, fucking all right, it started a brawl and people got arrested and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, it seemed like this whole lap dance thing, it must have been going on for a while because
she got topless. She's
got topless. She's got multiple drinks from multiple guys, doing cartwheels, friends coming up and fight, like the whole 9 yards, right? This is fucking a naked woman having a good time. Fucking everybody's having a blast. I'm sure there's plenty of people that were annoyed and blah, 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 blah. Sure. Right. But for the most part, it's one of those like funny haha stories almost. Now you get to this and there's one guy takes his dick out a little bit. It's like, oh, fucking creepy. Fucking what the fuck's going on here? No, seriously, dude. Don't fucking take your dick out.
I mean, that was pretty low setup. That was a pretty low setup. Like, fuck. Oh.
Yeah.
At least I left.
Yeah, exactly. Unless there's a fucking drunk woman giving you lap dances, don't take your dick out in the fucking plane.
But I don't say the thing is, apparently a drunk woman with her tits out is okay, but the minute you take your dick out, that's when everybody gets arrested.
Oh yeah, sure.
Just that's just how it is. Double standard, man. Double standard.
It's not fair.
This is a weird story though, right? So she's a young girl. She's on the plane with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend gets the window seat, and she's in the middle seat. And this dude is in the aisle, beaten off in the aisle seat.
Mm-hmm.
So your boyfriend is in the window seat, not paying attention or caring about the dude jerking off next to you.
Yeah.
And he's in the aisle seat, so no one else in the plane. Nobody else says nothing.
What about the person across the row? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She said she had to wait until he went to the bathroom before she could inform the crew because she didn't want to disturb. She didn't want to call attention to it. I guess. I don't know
why though.
And then then they moved her to a different seat, and then when they landed the plane, the guy just ran off the plane.
Yeah.
I don't know. It all sounds like bullshit to me.
It is.
So go ahead. They gave her a $75 voucher, right? And this is crazy. The cops stopped somebody outside, right? But I guess they let him go.
Yeah.
Because she called and she's like, "Hey, well, what happened to the guy?" Well, it's like, "Hey, we had to let him go." And she's like, "What do you mean you had to let him go?" And they're like, "Well, the airline never called. There was a civilian called."
Yeah.
Guess who the civilian who called him was?
Her.
Yeah. So it's a strange, bizarre story because, like, all right, so her boyfriend's in the window seat next to her, not caring that she's getting jerked off next to in the aisle seat. Nobody else in the aisle knows what's happening. She has to wait so she doesn't call attention because nobody else in the plane sees him in the aisle seat fucking ripping one out. And So he goes and they tell the flight crew, say, all right, come on over here. Leave the jerking guy alone. It's okay to jerk off in this airline. Leave him be. So come on over here. Here's $75. Shh. Don't worry about it. And then, so then they land the plane. Her boyfriend doesn't confront him, doesn't do anything. One plane has a naked lap dance on the front of the plane, and there's a fucking brawl. A bunch of them throw down.
Yeah.
This guy's jerking off next to his girl, and he goes back to bed. Whatever, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me, like it's the first time some jerked on you before. I'm going back to bed. That's what he says to his girl.
I wonder if he jerked off next to the other person.
What other person? There's nobody there.
Well, didn't she have to like switch seats or something?
Well, they moved her. They're not saying there's anybody else, and I don't know if it was, we don't know if he finished jerking off or if he lost his motivation for jerking off when she left. We don't know where the jerking off ends up in the story between her being moved.
Or he went to the bathroom to finish or some shit.
Right, clean himself up. But then when the plane landed, he ran off. And they didn't call the cops on him. She did.
Yeah.
The whole thing is so bizarre.
Now, did they move the boyfriend too, or did he just like stay next to the guy?
I was wondering that.
One seat in between them.
Yeah, thanks, man. She's been bothering me all day.
Yeah. Oh, thank God you got her to fucking change her seat, man. She fucking yapping.
You notice how she doesn't shut up? Yeah.
It'd be great too if this guy goes back and is like, yeah, it's great. You ever get stuck on a plane next to some fucking bitch? Just take out your dick and pretend to start jerking off. She'll get all freaked out and fucking want to change seats and shit. I had the fucking whole aisle to myself. I laid down and took a nap. It was great.
If you ever get on a plane and you don't like who you sit next to, just whip your dick out. You'll have the whole row to yourself.
Fuck.
It's great. So, but this seems like a common thing, though. The same thing happened to another woman on a flight to Vegas, where she was sitting down, the guy was jerking off next to her, and so they just gave her a meal voucher. Hey, oh yeah, so he was jerking off next to you. That make you hungry? Here you go.
Here's a fucking voucher for a fake Hot Pocket and a bag of peanuts.
Yeah, some food. Oh yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
But it's not as bad as this. There's a Mexican city that tells their police to ignore. This is a great one.
Yes.
Mexican City tells police to ignore most sex in public. Ignore most sex in public. There's so much sex in public in Guadalajara that they had to inform the police, it's the second largest city in Mexico, to ignore most of it. But the reason why they had to tell the police to ignore most of the sex was to protect the people who were having sex from the police. Because in Guadalajara, in Mexico in general, police corruption is normal, and they shake everyone down. So if a cop in Mexico is arresting you, he's going to get something else out of you, or you're fucked. And when you're having sex in public, guess what that means?
You're fucked.
You're literally fucked.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. So, and that's not always the chicks.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they had to tell the cops to stop shaking them down and stop making the women have sex with you. Let them have sex and leave them alone.
I like, though, that public sex is so rampant that people are still willing to have it even though they know the cops are going to come and fucking join.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah, they don't mind. Okay, well, let me think. That's the chick has to calculate that. She has to like this dude so much that she's going to take his load, knowing that some random cop, because she doesn't know who the cop is, he's going to bust nuts in her too.
Unless you learn, like, which cops, work.
Right. She knows the beat, right? She knows the hours, right? She knows what shifts he's on, right? Exactly. Wait a minute, you're not Tony. Horrible.
No, but Tony told me about you.
Yep. But the only time that they're allowed to arrest people for having sex, this is the only time they're allowed to arrest people for having sex, is when the cops are called by a third-party witness.
Okay. So,
right, if somebody sees you, watches you having sex, and they call the cops on you, and they're there to say, yep, there they are, they have sex, then they can arrest. But the reason for that is because then there's a third-party witness to say that the cop fucking tried to fucking tell them to blow.
True.
That's the reason why they're allowed to arrest him then. Nice world.
There's so many fucking things wrong with this too.
It's awesome
And also too, like now I imagine that now you're fucking in public and the cop comes by. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" "Ah, nothing, just fucking." Ah, like.
Dude, it fucking reminds me when I was when we were in high school, right? I think I just turned 16 or some shit like that, right? And I was with my buddy, and we were going to get me a fake ID so we can get to this club that kids used to hang out in, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we're fucking on 8th Avenue, the A train station on 8th Avenue and 42nd Street, right?
Yep.
And this is back in porno block days. This is back in when people don't understand now because it's all fucking Disneyed out. But back then, you walked on 42nd and 8th in the middle of the fucking day, and you had prostitutes trying to blow you on the fucking street corner. This is a fact. This is just how this place was. It was, like, it's not an exaggeration.
Yeah, every block there was at least one fucking peep show place, and
everywhere they're just trying to get you
store or something. Yeah,
everywhere. And let me say, it wasn't just a peep show.
No.
So we're going down to this train station.
There was no sex doll brothel either.
No sex doll brothel. This is a real deal, baby.
Down dirty, gritty.
Right in the middle of the center of the city, and there's no way that they weren't fucking prostituting. So the train station, you had one of those things where you walk down one flight of stairs, you turn around, you walk down the other flight of stairs, So we walk down the flight of stairs, and my buddy just goes in the corner and fucking just starts pissing in the corner, right? Because this is how fucked up it is in the middle of the day. You just piss in the corner of the train station, right? But what he didn't see were the cops.
Oh.
And these two cops, they see him, and one of them grabs his nightstick, right? And he runs up behind him while my friend's taking a piss, and he fucking nails him right in the ass with the fucking nightstick. Right in his ass. Boom! And he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And he's just pissing everywhere. "What the fuck are you doing?" Because they thought it was me fucking with him.
Like the fucking like a fire hose left unattended.
Exactly. Spraying everything. And the cop's like, "What the fuck am I doing? What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. So when you talk about things like somebody running up and ramming you in the ass, in back when it was porno block, that's how it would have been with the cops nailing you with a nightstick like a battering ram. Yeah. In Mexico City, he's nailing you with his cock like that.
Yes. Full on battering ram cock.
Full on battering ram. You're pissing all over everything. It's fucking horrifying. But I think that's how Roberto Adamo got AIDS.
Someone fucked him while he was pissing in Mexico.
Yeah, he was pissing. Well, the story with that was, and he actually said this. He actually said that he got raped by two men in a back alley in Mexico City.
Oh.
Like he's the one who volunteered the story. Nobody asked him.
Yeah. Hey, Roberto, how did it feel hitting that game-winning home run? Well, they just cornered me in the alley and they just started fucking me.
What?
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 No, the home run to center field. Yeah, one of them had their dick in my mouth. The other guy's fucking me in the ass.
It felt like a home run to me.
No. That's why I spit in the umpire's face.
Horrible.
He asked me about that shit.
That wasn't spit. That was saliva. Horrible.
Oh, Jesus.
Speaking of something that's just unspeakable, police arrested a man for sexually assaulting a beaver. Yeah, this is Washington State. A woman found a beaver on the side of the road. He must have got hit by a car or something, right? So she wrapped it up in a towel to keep it warm, and then went into her house to see if she can get a container to put it in, right, to keep it safe or whatever, right? By the time she got back out to the beaver, there was some dude with his pants down banging the beaver. Yeah, so there was a fucking roadkill beaver. This dude is fucking it. Washington State, people. Washington State. So the cops arrested the 35-year-old. He's 35 years old. The cops arrested him. And when they did, they found methamphetamine on him, crystal meth. So now he's facing charges of animal cruelty and possession of a controlled substance. And sadly, the beaver did not make it.
Oh,
Yeah, he fucked a beaver to death. A crackhead and a fucking meth head fucked a beaver to death.
you know, like there's so many like fucking the beaver jokes. I know
I know. It's
wanna
it's
make,
funny.
but-
That's not the beaver I was talking about.
This is terrible.
It's
This poor woman. Now, see, actually, in all likelihood, it's this woman's fault that fucking beaver got raped. That its last fucking breath on this earth was getting railed by some fucking meth head. If she had just left him on the road, he would have died a dignified death. But no, she's got to fucking bring him home and make him, wrap him up, make him look all cute for this guy.
what
How's
the
he supposed
fuck?
to resist fucking? I mean, how many times does someone say, "Do you want to stick your dick in my beaver?" Do you say no?
What the fuck? Like this poor fucking beaver. Oh man.
I can't.
Fucking beaver gets hit by a car and then raped to death by a fucking crack as it's dying. Holy fuck.
What a fucking terrible day.
They make horror movies about shit like that.
Yes. This fucking beaver should come back to life and fucking murder people.
When they did that to Jodie Foster, they made a whole fucking movie about it.
Yep.
Horrible.
Fucking this beaver didn't even have a fucking pinball table to fucking sit on.
Don't they have a movie? What's his face? Don't they have a Mel Gibson movie called The Beaver? He sticks his heads up a beaver's ass the whole time.
What? I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure that's a Mel Gibson movie, The Beaver. He's got his hand in it.
Jesus
But I think
Christ.
no, I think it's a movie where he's like a nutcase or something. He has a fucking beaver puppet that he fucking talks to people because he can't like talk about emotional things or some shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah, something fucking wacky. But yeah, I'm
I
pretty
mean,
sure
this guy saw the movie and said, "Hey, if he's got his fucking hand up that
I could put my
ass
dick
and
in
he
there.
likes it, maybe I could fuck this one."
I mean, a dick isn't as big as a hand.
Exactly.
That's fucking horrible, though. I mean, what a fucking random. What I see, like the thing that's weird, they don't show. This is one of those things. Before I wanted to show that, I wanted to see the pictures of the people involved with the
dog thing.
With the dog thing, right? I actually want to see the area. I want to see where this was, what bend of road this was. Then a beaver came out and got hit by a car.
Yes. First
This
of all,
lady lived right there, and randomly, meth heads are fucking roadkill.
Hey.
Like this dude jumped out. Oh man, another beaver.
yeah. I'm gonna fuck me another beaver. I tell my buddies I fuck beaver all week. They're impressed.
Like I don't know why I'm picturing like a field. I'm picturing like a fucking road in the middle of like a forest and a field.
It's gotta be
Maybe some corn, even though it's Washington State. I don't think that they grow corn in Washington State. They grow weed there. I'm picturing a fucking weed field and this guy jumping out of the weed bushes.
If he had just gotten high, he's probably not walking around fucking beavers.
It's true.
See,
That's
People
crystal
are-
meth, man. I've said this before on this show, though. Crystal meth do some crazy shit, man. I fucking, did I mention that Larry's Villa? How sad I am that I heard that Larry's Villa is now closed. Is no more. My favorite hangout joint in Las Vegas no longer exists.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was my bar. It was a place. It was a strip club, the type of place that pregnant women would dance. But I had a free card that let me get in and without getting frisked, and it got a free beer every day. So every day I went in and got a free beer, sat down, had a couple more, watched the pregnant ladies dance naked, and every once in a while there was this real cute chick there, real cute. And I know I've told the story before, so I'm double dipping here. But but like you would turn around and she would be like if you met this girl in the supermarket, you would think you hit a home run. But then there'd be days where you'd be fucking at the club and she was like this, standing behind you, and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? Methamphetamine, baby.
Oh,
there we go.
That was like fucking like from Chappelle's show. Like, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Oh yeah. Oh fucking that shit is crazy, man.
Meth will fuck you up.
Yeah. Yeah. Like down here, I don't know. I don't remember seeing people in the city like that. But down here, like the other day, I was in the store. Last night I think it was, and there was just two of them walking right past me, and it's like, yeah, okay, you're a piece of shit. But you could see the all pockmarked in the face. They get all fucked up. Like you got to look online at the pictures of what meth does to people.
Yeah,
and it is fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucking crystal meth and all the variants and all that shit. It's just not fucking. I don't know.
Unless you smoke it out of your asshole.
Then it's okay.
Then you're fine.
Oh man, fucking poor Beaver. God damn.
Right? That poor fucking Beaver, man.
Like, now the only thing I can think of, and I know it's a fucking gopher, but now I'm thinking of the fucking thing from Caddyshack, like the little puppet getting fucked by some fucking crazy meth head. Oh. Poor little guy didn't even have enough strength in his fucking beaver tail to pat the dick away.
I gotta see if I could pull this off. I gotta try this in real life. I gotta see if I could pull this off. From now on, whenever anybody like cries or whines and has a sob story, talks about how they're oppressed and like I don't understand, I'm gonna tell them, I read a story one day. This beaver gets hit by a car, right? And a woman tries to help the beaver. And then she finds some meth head fucking it. And the beaver dies. What do you think that beaver was thinking about? What do you think? How do you think that beaver felt? What a horrible way to go. You get hit by a car and then raped by a fucking meth head. That poor fucking beaver, right? Am I right?
A roller coaster of emotions, right?
Now, what was what you were saying you had a hard time with?
Yeah. What on the internet has got you upset today?
So that's so funny. I mean, people won't know what to do. But you'll be a dick, but I'm always a dick anyway, so why am I an asshole?
Poor little guy just fucking woke up that morning, probably said, I'm going to build the best fucking dam I've ever built in my life.
Yeah.
Ready for a whole fucking day of hard work and go home to his family and boom! Some fucking drunk probably fucking smacks him with his car.
Although,
good.
Hold on a minute. How do we know? How do we know that meth head isn't the one? Maybe he was like, he knows like of a known beaver crossing. And he was just waiting in his car for a beaver to come by.
Yep.
And he smacks it, jumps out, fucks it, jumps in his car and runs off. Except he smacked it and he couldn't quite find it or something. Or the lady came out and interrupted before he was about to get out of the car and the lady came by. I said, oh, fuck. Fuck, what do I do? I'm all fucking high. She's killing my vibe. I really want to fuck that beaver. I mean, look at it. It's juicy. Go in the fucking house, bitch. Get in the fucking house.
That fucking thing was shaking its ass in the road for me.
Right. It's fucking twitching just how I like it. And then then she goes and he sees this opportunity, gets on it. But because she came back out, the delay fucked with him. He was all worked up, and then it went back in, so he had to fucking get all worked up again.
Fucked up.
That's fucking terrible. Yeah, it's like the butterfly effect. What a sad fucking thing.
I don't even know if I can go over the show.
I have to tell you though, like, folks, this is where we get into a lot of times, we run off tangent. We talk about the projects we're working on, stuff like that. We are turning this stuff into somewhat of a book. And we've been talking about how what we're going to see. And we don't know how it's going to come out and stuff like that. And some of the stuff is just like fucking crazy. Like the kind of stuff that you write this and somebody sees you wrote this, like James Gunn, the kind of humor. Like you're getting kicked off of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Like that's that kind of stuff. So it gets kind of nutty. But like I'm really curious to see when we hit those points how it comes out. Like when we talk about fucking gophers and like beavers getting fucked by meth heads.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that works out to be.
I mean, it's just real life. Just some meth head trying to make his way in the world, fucking beavers.
It really is real life. I mean, that's what like. That's what life is. One day you're smelling the roses, you think everything's fine, you get hit by a truck and raped by a fucking meth head. Yeah. And you die. That's what life is. That's life.
One day you're working with fucking Bobby and Joe and you're building a fucking dam. And then boom, this fucking somebody hits you with a fucking car. And then the roller coaster of emotion too. Like now here comes this fucking guardian angel. Oh my god, this woman. She's gonna save me. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be okay. Whoa, wait, what is that guy doing? Is he here to help me too? He looks a little weird. He's twitching a lot. Why is he taking down his pants? Martha! Martha, I'm not okay out here.
Martha. That's the only thing that saved fucking Superman. It's a good thing Superman's mother's name was Martha too. Holy fuck. Oh. On that note, I'm getting the signals here. Uh-oh. So it's gonna have to be time to go.
No more beaver fucking tonight, John.
No more beaver fucking tonight. The last beaver just got fucked.
All your beavers belong to fucking meth heads.
There's no more fucking beavers out there.
Mm-mm.
They don't cross this road anymore. It's a known beaver crossing and no more.
It's just this fucking meth head standing at like a fucking, you know how we have like yield signs and duck crossing, so it's a fucking beaver crossing sign, and he's just under it like this.
I'll be damned if I have anybody coming over this road here and raping everybody. We're gonna build this wall.
I'm gonna build this dam.
We're gonna build this beaver dam wall.
Keep people from fucking us.
Horrible.
The fucking right. The beaver community's got to be up in arms too.
It's true, but like, what do they really do? Do they are they gonna like line up and fucking slam their tails on the floor?
Fucking start find this guy's house, chew a tree, fucking let it fall on it.
Right there, that would be strategic. Like, what would you do if beavers gathered together? They started randomly cutting trees through the forest, like over the roads.
Like, fucking shit up, taking the fucking earth back.
Right, a couple of well placed beavers can really cause havoc if they knew what they were doing.
Sure.
Yeah,
a well placed beaver is very enjoyable.
There was a place in Missouri that was training attack badgers.
Oh.
Or maybe they were just selling badgers, and I was the one who said they should train to be attack badgers.
Like the fucking honey badgers and shit.
Right,
honey badgers fucking things.
They can take a beating, man.
Oh fuck!
They have all kinds of videos of lions trying to like rip them apart, and they fucking take.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
Fucking poisonous snakes will fucking get them. They crawl into beehives and just fucking eat the honey while they're getting stung.
Fucking crazy shit, man.
It's good. Did you ever watch that guy, the honey badger don't give a shit guy?
No, I have no idea what that is.
So it's this dude. I don't know if he's gay or if he just puts on a voice and kind of sounds it or whatever, or fucking today's day and age, it doesn't fucking matter anyway, right? Anyway, is this guy? So you know how they have like the National Geographics, and it's like, oh, here we watch the leopard, and it's whatever. So he does his thing, and he's like, honey badger don't give a shit. Honey badger don't give a fuck. He'll go in there. Oh, that's disgusting. There he is eating a snake. And it's this dude, and he does this whole fucking, I don't know, 5-10 minutes on his fucking watching this beaver, and he's doing the commentary over the top of it. It is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen.
It's like 2 girls, 1 cup, only gay, literally.
Kind of, but this dude is fucking hysterical. I thought it was magic. I thought it was gold. he's done a couple of other videos, and it never recaptures the magic. So,
Yeah,
but I'll see if I can find the link. Maybe I'll fucking send it to you or something. But
yeah.
this guy, he's amazing. He's fabulous.
On that fabulous note,
yes,
it's gonna have to be time for a good night, folks.
Ain't nobody fucking anybody raping a honey badger. That's for sure.
That's the truth. Right? If it did, it wouldn't die from it.
No.
Yeah. Last words.
Don't fuck wounded beavers. Let them heal first. Okay.
See what crystal meth does to you. Stay away. Say no to drugs, son.
Meth's a hell of a drug.
Ooh, look at that beaver. Anyway, good night, folks.
Later.